you shot yourself in the foot at home and you want to get out of your situation, well, Jarrod Oxendine's a good guy to talk to. The owner, the CEO, the managing partner of Oxendine Law, oxlawfirm.com is where you can check him out. Jarrod Oxendine joining us right now here on the Fan 680 and 93.7 FM. Jarrod, always good to talk with you. How you doing this Thursday?
Doing great. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about defamation lawsuits. Like Patrick Reed is suing the Golf Channel and a commentator there, Brandel Chambly, for defamation, and he ran through a list in his lawsuit of things that fans have been calling him. How can you prove that to the tune of $750 million?
So the thing with defamation is you have to prove that what somebody said about you is not true and that it caused you damages. And I think the allegation is that the channel and the commentator were spreading falsehoods about him, including some lies about him cheating in certain tournaments. And so he's claiming that as a result of those statements, he now has incurred damages in the form of getting terminated from the PGA Tour, maybe losing some sponsorships. So he'll actually have to prove that dollar amount. The defense for the Golf Channel is simply truth. So if they can prove that what they said is true, then he loses.
Yeah, there's some video of him years ago at a tournament in the Bahamas doing something that's not exactly within the rules of golf, but you suck, you blanking suck, you coward. Why don't you dig a grave and bury yourself in it? No one likes you. I mean, these are things that have been yelled at him. But dare I say, I mean, over the years, if you're an athlete, you're getting heckled. So how do you prove that someone's the source of that, you know?
Well, you know, if these people are out saying it publicly on the radio and on TV, you know, there's probably a recording of what they've said. You know, the interesting thing about his cheating allegation, I think he admitted, or everybody knows, I think it was 2019, he tried to improve his lie in the bunker and then turned around and claimed that he didn't intend to do it. Now, that'll be hard for him to prove, right, to intend that he didn't that he didn't intend to prove his lie. So it's going to be an interesting case and challenging case for him to prove that what they've said about him is not true. It also is going to be challenging for the channel and the commentator to prove that what they said was not true.
Jarrod, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis in the news here. Their custody petition, Sudeikis is against Wilde, dismissed. Wilde allegedly was furious after she was served papers there at CinemaCon in Las Vegas back in April. I'm just wondering, are there do's and don'ts about where a person involved in a custody dispute can be served?
So that's an interesting question. And I don't think Sudeikis knew where she was going to be served. So keep in mind, when you file a lawsuit, it gets handed over to either the sheriff or the process server, and they do their best to get that person served wherever they can find them, when they can find them. And not always the client knows exactly when that's going to happen. Now, I do have clients that will contact me and say, hey, I want to make sure that we don't serve my husband in front of the children, or I don't want to embarrass him at work, so make sure you do not serve him and actually coordinate with me and let's do this together. But usually that coordination doesn't happen. So the sheriff gets the paperwork or the process server gets the paperwork, and they try to find the best time that they can find to make sure they get the person served. And that might be what happened in the case with Sudeikis and Wilde.
All right, so, Jarrod, we appreciate the time. Try to be as civil as you can if you have a disagreement and you want to get out of your deal at home. But if you need representation, there's no finer than Jarrod Oxendine, owner, CEO, managing partner of Oxendine Law, oxlawfirm.com. Jarrod, always a pleasure, sir.
Thanks, gentlemen. Take care.
You got it. Jarrod Oxendine with us here on The Fan, 680 and 93.7